Any intelligence officer on a mission is extremely afraid of being caught on camera, especially at the most critical moment of their special operation. And if both he and his partner are caught on camera, along with a bag of money intended to buy the betrayal of a diplomatic worker, that's something we haven't seen before. Just recently, in the capital of Moldova, Chisinau, a Belarusian diplomat was invited by his Polish colleague, Martin Gorobovich, whom he knew from a previous foreign assignment, to meet at a restaurant for a chat. Nothing unusual, just informal communication. Usually, gifts are exchanged at such meetings. But the Pole forgot his gift at the hotel. Fortunately, it was very close by, just a few steps away, and this became a reason to invite the Belarusian colleague to his room. And there, something extraordinary happened.
Volodya, what do you think about me offering you a job? To me? Yes. I have it in my bag.
Volodya, look, I'll show you so that you didn't think I'm deceiving you. I didn't want to do this. Volodya, 100,000 euros. Is this the room we rented where everything happened? Yes, Evgeny, this is where it all took place. Can you describe the situation a bit, where everyone was sitting, and what happened and how?
Marcin was sitting in my place, Pavel Novak was in yours, and behind him was the money in a briefcase.
On this small table, right?
Marcin took out the money and placed it directly on this table.
Did you look inside, or was it clear enough?
The money was in a vacuum-sealed bag, clearly visible. 100 euro bills, 100,000 euros.
And what was such a large sum of money for?
Marcin was offering work for the Polish intelligence services. It was quite clear and straightforward.
What was your reaction to his proposal?
Evgeny, the reaction was probably the most natural one. We have complex geopolitical conditions. In the current situation, any diplomat could find themselves in such a position. The main thing is to remember that your state is behind you, and you represent your country's interests.
What was the reaction of this Polish intelligence officer?
He got nervous. He wasn't prepared for such a turn of events. And that's probably natural because they currently feel their impunity.
I listened to the entire recording, and indeed, he seemed, to put it mildly, confused. He kept making strange movements, doing odd things. The other side, phone, upside down. That's it. Put your glasses on, Marcin, if you need to. And I was struck by how he initially coughed very strongly.
Yes, that happened. But his cough was a usual signal for his colleague, who was in the same hotel, in the next room.
A signal that we had arrived.
And at some point his colleague came to your room, didn't he?
Yes, when the situation reached a dead end, Marcin wasn't ready for such a development, and Pavel was an element of psychological pressure. The psychological pressure was precisely that Pavel acted as a second officer, exerting pressure on the opponent.
Why is a second intelligence officer needed? If the first attempt to recruit a diplomat fails, a kind of psychological trick is used, based on the element of surprise. The second officer suddenly enters the room, which can further demoralize the target. And here a new window of opportunity for recruitment opens. But in this case, everything happened exactly the opposite.
I don't know you. Why should I shake your hand?
Well, I'm a friend. I am happy for you, Pavel, that you are my friend. Volodya refused from money.
At some point, you took out your mobile phone and started recording everything, including these two Polish spies, provocateurs. Weren't you afraid at that moment? After all, these are professional Polish intelligence officers. Maybe they have weapons?
Evgeny, I didn't think about that. The situation was quite complex in terms of psychological pressure from their side. They understood they needed to achieve some result quickly. For me, it was important to show them my confidence in my actions. I'll film Pavel a bit. With Marcin. For memory a little.
Now let's get to know the Polish losers better. By the way, behind me is the circus building in Chisinau.
Marcin Grabowicz, born on March 16, 1971. a native of the city of Słupsk. After graduating from university, he joined the Polish Internal Security Agency. The main areas of work are Russia, Belarus, Ukraine. Later, he joined the Polish Intelligence Agency. He graduated from combat training courses in Israel. He worked under the cover in the Polish Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the Diplomatic Security Division, led the regional residency in Lithuania and Latvia. From the end of 2021 to the present, he has been the official representative of the Polish Intelligence Agency in Ukraine. Holds the military rank of colonel.
His colleague introduced himself as Pavel Nowak, also a representative of the Polish Intelligence Agency. Marcin affectionately called him son. One more thing, the Poles reserved hotel rooms from Monday to Friday. However, the day after the failed recruitment, they disappeared after lunch without a trace. They didn't even return the keys at the reception.
Konstantin Petrovich, how can you comment on the attempt to recruit a Belarusian diplomat by Polish intelligence in Chisinau?
This is another attempt by Polish intelligence to cover up their own unprofessionalism in light of a series of high-profile failures of their agents in the Republic of Belarus. The recruitment approach to an active diplomat is an outrageous case, and there will definitely be an appropriate response from the Belarusian side, given that the actions of Polish intelligence officers contain signs of crimes against the state. The KGB's investigative department will provide a principled legal assessment.
From a legal standpoint, both domestic and international, this is an outrageous incident. It violates a number of domestic laws and international rules. It directly breaches the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic and Consular Relations. Attempting to pressure or recruit a diplomat, especially in such a blatant and open manner, is beyond the bounds of law and the norms of civilized international communication. This cannot go without a response. We have already prepared an appropriate note to the Polish side. I believe there will be a series of other steps that we are considering very seriously. And all responsibility for the consequences of such actions lies with the Polish side.
Recently we showed a film KGB Counterintelligence of Belarus against Polish intelligence, and several media outlets made quite an interesting statement that Belarus intends to exchange foreign citizens shown in this film for Belarusian citizens imprisoned abroad. What can you say about this?
Indeed, in the Republic of Belarus, a large number of foreign citizens, including Poles, citizens of the Baltic states and other Western countries, are serving sentences for cooperating with foreign intelligence services. These individuals have been convicted of espionage or agent activities. Their guilt has been established by final court verdicts based on irrefutable evidence, including their confessions. Indeed, representatives of foreign intelligence services regularly approach us with proposals to exchange these individuals for Belarusian citizens in their prisons. However, for exchange, they offer robbers, rapists, drug addicts, fraudsters, and others. In this regard, the official position of the committee is, we don't exchange anyone. There are no Belarusian citizens in Poland, the Baltic states, or other Western countries who cooperated with the KGB, were convicted for it, and are serving sentences there.
This espionage episode in Chisinau can be characterized as total amateurism by Polish intelligence. Their latest failure and desire for revenge for the disruption of an agent network in Belarus, consisting of Tomasz Berez and Dmitry Pozniakov. Just to have some justification before their Polish leadership and some response to the work of the KGB Counterintelligence of Belarus. Evgeny Gorin, Anzor Tuzayev, Chisinau, Moldova, First News Channel.